Women are attracted, generally speaking, the research shows, to men based on 3 reasons. The third is kindness.
Videos like this have become commonplace. There is no more stigma for guys going out on dinner by themselves. And part of the reason for that is the growing calls for coffee dates not being enough. I want to go on certain types of dates that are worthy of me getting ready for, and even some young ladies taking advantage of guys by ordering very pricey meals on a first date. But then there's the other side of it that you're going to see in the comments, which is what prompts me to be a content creator. It's people speaking in bad faith. They're not saying what the truth actually is. They're saying the truth in order to produce the effect that is going to benefit them the most. The new norm is men with their bros and women alone or with their girls. It's a crazy, lonely scene out there. Men have learned more and more about women. We have come to the conclusion that for the most part it's a waste of time and resources. And that's a lot of likes with very few dislikes. This is the result of podcasts telling men that they don't need women. I just wish the genders would fall in love with each other again. Well, as a man who does this, it's mainly because we're single and it's cool to chill alone. It's not like we feel the need to hang out with our boys all the time. We're cool in our own skin and can enjoy ourselves and not having to worry about, and then he continues with the things that come with dating young ladies and the money issues. But what I don't like, and it's what spurred me to be a content creator, is the bad faith argument. Or trying to say that the dating game is still like,
Leave it to Beaver.
Hey, Eddie, get your dirty feet off my bed. Okay. What are you gonna do, Eddie? Oh, I don't know. I might go over and see my girl. Wanna come along?
I'd rather smell a skunk.
Hey, Eddie, you really got a girl? Sure, Carolyn Cunningham.
I wasn't the biggest watcher of Leave It to Beaver, mainly because of my age, but during summer vacation, Nick at Night, watched the reruns of all the black and white shows, and this is one of them. And if you don't know the show, Eddie Haskell was the kind of push the boundaries kid, the cool kid. And Wally was the clean-cut kid who did things by the book. And here, Eddie Haskell is talking about his girlfriend, which they are going to go visit, but he's making it up. And the way the episode plays out is the literal opposite of how modern day dating goes.
Well, this is where she lives. Pretty keen house, huh, Wally? Gee, yeah. Well, what do you want to do now, Wally? Well, aren't you going to ring the bell? Well, maybe if we hang around, she'll come out after a while. Hey, are you sure you know this Carolyn? Of course I know her. She's my girl.
Women are attracted, generally speaking, the research shows, to men based on 3 reasons. The third is kindness. They don't want someone who's going to be a good person. They're impressed by men who are good to their parents and kind and go out of their way to help people when there's no reciprocal expectation.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Carolyn.
Well, I'm Wally. Wally Cleaver.
I'm very glad to know you.
Yeah.
Upon coming in the house, Eddie Haskell was putting on an act like he had been there before, which clearly he had not. And when he finally met her, he had to pretend like he knew her even though she had never seen him before. But what became very obvious in this particular scene is that she chose, that's right, the clean-cut guy.
Eddie?
No, it's a Girl.
A girl? How are you?
I'm Wally. It was nice meeting you this afternoon.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking for Eddie, he's not here.
No, I wasn't looking for Eddie. I just thought I'd call up.
The second is intelligence. Because the smarter you are, the more likely you are to make good decisions and protect your family's offspring. And by the way, the fastest way to communicate intelligence is humor. I've always said if you can make a woman laugh, you can kiss her.
Well, I'll be seeing you. It was for me, all right.
Did you ask him about the dance?
Well, I tried to, but all of a sudden he said, I'll be seeing you, and hung up.
Say, how about that other boy, that Eddie?
Oh, Mother.
If you grew up watching this kind of television, you would think that if you were the good guy who worked hard and dressed up nicely and were nice to young ladies, everything would work out. As a matter of fact, you're going to hear the father tell him exactly how he should treat a lady.
Well, I guess we better go.
Now listen, Wally, I want you to mind your manners. You hold the door open for her. You hold out her chair for her. You don't leave her alone at the dance. If she asks you to hold her purse, you do that.
I did a video on why good guys are boring. I think it's only fair I do a video on why girls love bad boys. It's the charm. Bad boys are very charming, extremely charming, and they know women inside and out. Like, it's always the bad guys that be knowing exactly how to talk to you and exactly how to move with you. And bad boys honestly give you a challenge. Like, as much as people want to say, oh, it's toxic and this and that, like, there's a certain level where, like, I feel like your partner should be able to challenge you. And I must admit, like, who doesn't love a good chase? Like, I think healthy chase is not so terrible. I don't think you should give everything all at once. That's what makes the relationship boring, when you dump everything all at the beginning. But I also have to admit, it's ego. I think the more someone shows you that they don't want you, the more you want them. That goes for men and women. I don't know, there's just something about bad boys. It's like they know how to show you the right amount of what you need. But they're just damn right players. They're no good.
They don't want someone who's going to be a good person. They're impressed by men who are good to their parents and kind and go out of their way to help people, and there's no reciprocal expectation.
Here's the truth. If men liked women for real, they would not bash women, or they wouldn't call men panderers that add truth and provide facts and data and logic and statistics to support some of the same things that these women have been saying in these social media streets.
The most important thing, though, to women, and people don't like to admit this, is the man's ability to signal future resources. It's not even he has to be rich now, but he has to have his act together such that he looks like he will be a decent provider.
If you really liked women, you would have women be on their side. Because look at the amount of progress women have been able to make while only being really free for 60 plus years. Women could get their own credit cards and all that stuff starting in 1975. The amount of progress women have made in a short time span is astounding.
When I speak of not coming to the table in good faith, these are good examples of it. It's not because they are malicious in intent, but for two reasons. One, they want guys to just go back to what guys used to do because it's easier to just do that. And two, they're intentionally leaving information off the table. Essentially, what they're telling young guys is,
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Imagine if you took a young black boy from the 1960s who watched Leave It To Beaver every week and teleported him to the BET Awards. Not just showing him the awards, but taking him there. And then at that award show, telling him that this is part of what young ladies have progressed to, a freedom of open physical and even sexual expression, and they have the opportunity to make money doing this. And in the middle of all of this, you tell him that all of the programming that he was told, that he should hold the door open for ladies and he should pin the corsage on their lapel or whatnot, that these are the things that he's supposed to do as a gentleman. If he tried to do those things at the BET Awards or in this modern environment, it just wouldn't work. It's not fitting for the time period. And one of the things I really dislike about some of the information I hear, especially to the young boys, especially from guys like Scott Galloway, is that they're not telling young guys the whole picture. Because those guys would love to believe that they could be Wally and everything would work. But it doesn't work that way. That guy ends up in divorce court, taking care of stepkids that aren't his, maybe even paying child support for those kids, and ending up on the other side of getting used up and learning that being the good guy in this dating environment doesn't work. So just tell them the truth from the beginning, that the dating world has changed and you have to deal with it as it is. That's the message I want to remind guys who may be new to my videos or to the space. The world is what it is now. It is not Mr. Beaver or Leave It to Beaver's world. So stop acting like it and act like it's the world that it is. A lot of those old rules, they got to go the way of Wally Beaver. It is what it is. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you next video. Take care.